Good morning, and we're on our way to Le Mont Saint-Michel, the abbey, and we're just on the regulated vehicular access. So we're going along the boardwalk, and you can see all the marshlands. Haven't spied any sheep yet, but the ground where we parked our car was quite soggy, so the car park can take thousands of cars. And there's some sheep in the distance. I'm not sure if we can zoom in and see them. It's not a particularly bright day today because of the significant cloud cover. There's more and more sheep that I can see now. So the salt marsh fed sheep are a specialty of this area, because the grasses are quite salty from the salt water. So there's patches of sunlight, and I'm in the middle of the transport vehicle, so it might take me a moment before I can see the abbey. But you're getting a really great view of the vast bay. It's huge, isn't it? And you've no doubt seen some people that have chosen to walk the path. So you don't have to use this vehicular access. You can walk, and look in the distance there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. There you are. There you can see some groups of people that have decided to do the mud flat or the marsh walks. So it's quite organised because of the very fast incoming and outgoing tide, so it's much safer to take an organised tour. So those little specks in the distance are people that are walking on the wet, muddy ground. Now I'll turn my camera around, and voila, there we are. Amazing, absolutely amazing. So I have an overnight stay booked here at Le Mer Poulard, so no doubt it'll be crepes on the menu, and we're about to pull up and we're about to disembark. That's the waiting crew to take this vehicle back the other direction. So I'll post more. So here we are at Mont Saint-Michel. At the moment I'm physically walking across the last of the wooden causeway. So I've come here by vehicle, and it may not be visible to see, but there are quite a lot of people already climbing up the mount. Maybe I'll stop for a moment, and it's probably not possible to see them because they're so small against the vast rocks and walls, but there are small groups walking the mud flats and exploring the water. And we've got tickets, so we will be exploring the abbey and spanning across the other way. The bay extends all the way through to the marshy grassland. And there we have it. So a bit more to come later. Bonjour, we've just checked our bags into our hotel. We're staying at Le Mer Poulard for the night. So we've checked our bags in and just taking a walk around. And this is the main street that leads up to the abbey, and it's full of souvenir and cafes and creperies and the most absolutely gorgeous signs. So don't you love these beautiful signs? Look, they're really quite unique and extraordinary. So hope you're particularly loving the signs there. And I'll keep sharing. Thanks. Bye. This sweet little creperie is under the shadow of the abbey, and I'll show you the magnificent view that it has actually. So that's the creperie, and I slowly you can see it's on the very outer wall, and this is the view. Maybe if you're a bit taller than me, depends on how short you are when you sit down in your seat, but there's lots of groups walking the sand flats there. But what a view to have a coffee and a refreshment, don't you think? Under the shadow of the abbey.
Half wild and half big. It's a really a little village with the inhabitants. I think it gives them the opportunity to go in the technical hospital. I think it's like kind of cool. Yeah.
Do you want your chocolate?
On Mont Saint-Michel, the first sanctuary consecrated by Oberon on the 16th of October 709.
Hello, and now I'm going to take you through the cloisters. Look at that, isn't that absolutely incredible? So we're going through to the cloisters now, and I'll just take you through and explain a little bit about the cloisters in case you've not seen them here at Mont Saint-Michel. They were like a gallery. It's like a gallery, and it allows you to go through different buildings here. It's a place of prayer and meditation, and processions were held here during religious festivals also, and I believe they still are. This cloister is at the top of the Merville, and can you believe that the Merville was built in the 13th century? I mean, this is another reason why I wanted to come back to Mont Saint-Michel this trip, because it's celebrating its 1,000 years of history, so extraordinary. So I just had to come back again and share it with you. So these cloisters also give access to the refectory, the kitchen, the church, dormitory, cutlery, and different stairways. So it's like it's I said, they call it like a communication access or a communication way, and it is because it communicates between all these different sections of the abbey. So and that's the view through the cloister there, out through to the bay, and you can see the birds flying and they're squawking away. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing the cloisters here, and I'll continue on and share more with you. Amazing. So let me share with you where I am now. They are massive fireplaces, like for cooking, because I'm now in the guests hall, and the guests hall was where where royalty and special visitors and nobility were received and ate their meals. So you've got incredible ceilings. Look at that. So there's incredible ceilings, and it really would have been absolutely something else. So this guests hall is directly underneath the refectory. So the refectory upstairs was where the monks would eat in silence, and while they were eating in silence, one of them would give a reading from the pulpit. So the huge refectory is directly above here, the receiving hall, the guests hall. So monks upstairs and downstairs greeting and eating here for special guests. Just another section of the amazing Mont Saint-Michel. I've just finished the tour of the Abbey. I just did a self-guided audio guide tour of the Abbey, and different seeing it without my children. I've done a tour here, I've come with my family, and this time I'm just doing the last part of the Abbey by myself. You can hear the background noise. There's plenty of people here today, even though it's been raining and overcast. So just exited the Abbey, and now this is the garden section up on top of the mountain, and the top arches that you can see up there with the glass, you can probably just see some faces. That's the side where the cloisters are. So inside is the cloisters in that top roof section. So spectacular view out to the bay, as is everything about this place. Totally spectacular, and celebrating 1,000 years old this year. So extra special to be here this year. Thank you for sharing it with me today. Evening time over the bay. All the visitors are gone. Almost got the mountain to ourselves.